You have to be your biggest advocate for your health. My name is Latonia, and Prenuvo gave me answers that the rest of the medical community could not. I own residential assisted living facilities and am just a regular girl from Florida. I'm a country girl. I grew up over in South St. Pete in undesirable circumstances. Both my parents passed away. We came home from school and my mom had died from a heart attack at 36 across the street at her friend's house. I never accepted that. And then you dive deeper and you realize it was preventable. I've outlived my parents, but I want to live longer. I want to see what's else out there. I was intrigued by the whole Prenuvo concept. So for my 50th birthday, my husband was like, do you want to go to Paris? And I was like, I want to go to Prenuvo. He thought I was joking. I was like, no, I want to go get this scan to tell me more about who I am. The best part about being at the clinic was how welcoming everyone was. I had questions, they were able to answer it, and they gave us cute little outfits to put on. I thought, oh, that's cute, okay. So I felt very at ease. When we walked into the room, all I was thinking is, this is for you, Mom. This is for you, Dad. Let me find out what's not just outright on the surface. My scan results were very surprising. I had a cyst in my parotid gland. Under your ear, it secretes your saliva. It's your salivary gland. I also found out I would always have really bad cycles, and I found out that after I've had regular ultrasounds, gone to the doctor, they were telling me, oh, it's just, it's premenopause, perimenopause, and I was like, something's wrong. I'm hurting a lot worse than what I normally would. Prenuvo scan showed that I had fibroids that they did not detect. I'm not gonna have surgery. I'm gonna take some more natural measures, but there are so many times that I've gone to doctors about different issues that I've had, and you get labeled that angry Black woman. In that instance, I was grateful because I wasn't crazy. I knew my pain threshold. I knew things were different, and Prenuvo kind of gave me that, whew. So then I thought, okay, let me research my family. I called my dad's wife and I said, hey, I just want to know, how did he die? He thought he had an abscess on the side of his face. And when he went to the doctor, he found out that it was cancer. That is when all the lights went off and I went, wow. Those polyps or those cysts can develop, if not already, into cancer. But I was catching it where I don't feel anything. I went back to the doctor and he said, after we do like a fine needle aspiration biopsy, we'll remove the gland. It could be something that's genetic. And if I didn't go to Prenuvo, I would not have even known. And by the time I found it, it could have been so much worse. I'm not saying there aren't great doctors, but I think for me, I've been failed so much along the way. So that's why now I'm not gonna fail myself. I didn't come from good health. But it doesn't mean that I can't educate myself and tell my family members the things that I'm learning. My grandmother is my biggest inspiration. My facilities are named after her. Someone that raised 9 kids on her own. And then when her daughter died, she takes in 5. And I remember her always reminding me that I was a caretaker. So I thought, I'm gonna open up a residential assisted living facility and kind of see what happens with this. I care for my residents like nobody's business. I listen to them and I learn from them. And I think I needed them probably a lot more than they needed me. And in every conversation with elderly folks, they always tell me, invest more in your health. And I always look at that like that's my grandmother talking to me. Every time they say, I wish I had taken better care of myself. So trying to now change my palate, change my kids' palate. Let me do more walking instead of just being sedentary. I think anyone will benefit from taking preventative measures into their health. It is a tool that you can now have to armor yourself with when you go into your doctor appointments, when you go talk to your specialist. Now it's not just what you think. Now you can say, hey, here's some science. And I'm so happy that Prenuvo did that for me. My name is Latonia, and this is my Prenuvo story.